The New England Patriots are coming off a very disappointing season in 2022 and were very active this offseason trying to make sure the team was improved heading into 2023. Bill Belichick in the front office made a variety of different moves, including signing Juju Smith-Schuster, Ezekiel Elliott, and even former Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki. These moves told me one thing. The Patriots were going all in with Mac Jones, and they were ready to see him take the next step up and helping this team get back to the NFL playoffs. And just last night, we got to see his debut of the season, and, things looked very up and down when the Patriots took on the Green Bay Packers, a game which was canceled due to a scary injury involving late-round cornerback Isaiah Bolden. My prayers are going out to him and his family, and hopefully everything is okay. It seems like he's in stable condition, and he has all feeling in his extremities, so I'm hoping that everything goes good going forward, and I do believe he is getting out of the hospital, so that is amazing news in itself. However, this game opened up a lot of question marks. Is Mac Jones the best quarterback on the roster? Should Bailey Zappi get another chance? Is Malik Cunningham a difference maker? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that happened versus the Packers and answering some big questions, but more importantly, why I believe the Patriots can actually surprise some people next season and potentially even make some noise in the playoffs. However, before we jump into the video, I need you guys to do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It helps out the channel so much. Guys, you don't even understand. Let's see if we can get the video up to 500 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the Patriots all off season long, and I will be live streaming a ton of Patriots games. Pretty much every single Patriots game, I'm going to be live reacting to it with you guys. So make sure you guys come, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we go live for a Patriots game, every time we post a Patriots video. Make sure you guys are notified. But without any further ado, let's jump into today's video. Now, the Patriots defeated the Packers 21-17 in an abrupt ending on Saturday night, but there was plenty to break down regarding this game for the New England Patriots. Prior to last night's game versus the Packers, Patriots held a couple of joint practices throughout the week to prepare with the Packers. Now, one of the biggest takeaways from those, joint practices was how horrendous the Patriots' offensive line really was. And to say the very least, that carried right over into the actual game. The Patriots started off this game by giving up 2 sacks. One of them that led to a fumble recovery for the Green Bay Packers. I think someone for the Packers came off the blind side and just nailed Mac Jones from behind, causing a forced fumble, and then they dove right on it, which led them to some easy, an easy drive on the other end. Now, the offensive line has been brutal, and this is something that the Patriots need to figure out. They need to find a sense of consistency here with this offensive line. I know there's some guys out. Some guys have been missing some time, and I know they're not completely healthy in that aspect, but there are plenty of guys in this team that not only need to make a name for themselves, but need to, fight for a rush spot on this team. And a lot of those guys include offensive linemen, rookie offensive linemen, including Sidney So, a guy who actually gave up one of the big sacks of the game. He needs to be better, and not just him. A bunch of other these guys need to step up. Trent Brown also had a false start. We need to clean things up on the offensive side of the ball. Now, Mac Jones did lead the team to a touchdown when the Packers had a bad snap, and the Patriots pounced on it, giving them the Pats excellent field position, leading Ramondre Stevenson for a touchdown. I believe Devontae Parker got a holding call on him. A defensive back for the Packers got a holding call, which pretty much led us to first and goal at the 1-yard line, and then Ramondre Stevenson took it over from there and led us to a touchdown. Other than that, though, the offense with Mac Jones looked pretty poor for the most part. Bailey Zappi actually entered the game on the 4th drive, and quite frankly didn't look too much better until he found Kayshon Boutte on a quick slant, which ended up taking it to the house for a 42-yard touchdown, and that was definitely the turning point for the Patriots offense in this game. Then on the last play of the third quarter, on what I believe was 4th and 2, Bill Belichick and the Patriots decided to go for it and try to take a lead, and it paid off. However, definitely didn't go as planned. Zappi was pressured pretty much right from the snap by 3, maybe even 4 Packers. Got into the backfield right away, pressuring Bailey Zappi to scramble out to his right, which led to a wide open walk-in touchdown. Now, the good news is we got a touchdown. The bad news is the offensive line, again, looked pretty bad. But from there, it was, very interesting day for the offense. I would say that Bailey Zappi had a better day overall, but he didn't look amazing either. He threw 10 of 22 for 117 yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 rushing touchdown. While Mac Jones was, 6 of 9, a little bit more, higher completion percentage, but only 52 passing yards. A couple of big third down conversions for Mac Jones, which I thought were very nice. I think he had one to Demario Pop Douglas. We got to see him debut. I think he had 2 catches for maybe like 17 yards or whatnot. And then Mac Jones also had another 3rd and long conversion to Kendrick Bourne, which was nice to see as well. But like I said, some other offensive players that stood out to me were Kayshon Boutte. He had that 42-yard touchdown reception. We also saw Ramondre Stevenson get a nice little 23-yard carry and a touchdown. And then Kendrick Bourne was probably the best wide receiver of the day for the New England Patriots. I think he had 3 catches, 34 yards, averaging about 11.3 yards per reception. So he looked pretty good in my eyes. Now, let's move on to the defense. The defense had a very, up and down day here for New England. The Patriots' run defense was pretty troubling early in the game, and many starters were in the game for the most part early on, and Green Bay put up 78 yards on the ground with a 5.2 yards per attempt average throughout their first 4 possessions. Yeah, only their first 4 possessions, they had 78 rushing yards on the ground, which is something that we need to clean up. Josh Bledsoe and Josh Uche definitely had a tough time, setting the edge, especially on a run with Patrick Taylor at an 8-yard touchdown. Had a terrible drive, defending the edge running game, and that's another thing we need to be better on. I feel like there's a lot of question marks regarding this team, a lot of things that we need to improve on, and the run defense is definitely one of those. The edge rushing, the edge defense just didn't look too great. Emmanuel Wilson, another running back who came into the game, was wrecking havoc, and the Patriots just couldn't figure out how to stop him. He totaled 15 carries for 63 yards on the ground throughout this game. It just looked pretty damn good. And also, the situational defense was again a problem as well. The Patriots allowed a field goal on the final drive of the first half, and it came on 8 plays, 57 yards and 8 plays, with 23 of them coming on a tough pass interference call on Christian Gonzalez. Now, overall, I think Gonzo, put in some really solid reps and didn't look, terrible. On the pass interference call, I didn't see too much contact. Like I said, a very tough call that could have gone either way. And if it would have went the other way, it would have been a tip drill interception for New England. So that would have been huge for not only Christian Gonzalez, but for the team morale as well. He also had a beautiful tackle on 3rd down, forcing a punt as well. So great tackle. I think Christian Gonzalez definitely had a good day, but one thing I know for sure is Gonzo is making strides every time he touches the field and could easily be the future of this team at the cornerback position. So like I said, a solid day. Patriots do come out here with a W. Prayers out to Isaiah Bolden. I think he will be okay. I think he is traveling with the team. Correct me if I'm wrong. We also saw Malik Cunningham play a lot of wide receiver. Did not catch 1 ball though. I think he had 5 targets, 0 catches. Listen, he's an athlete. The dude can do a lot of different things, but he's definitely got to sure up his hands if he wants to make this team as a wide receiver, maybe quarterback type of guy. And I was actually really excited to see him play quarterback. Didn't get to see him play yesterday, so I think maybe that's a big L for him trying to make this team. But at this point, I think he really could make this team, even without playing. Sam Roberts had a tough day, even though he led the team in total tackles. Had a couple of bad penalty calls. Including a roughing the passer call, unnecessary roughness, I think it was. Just a couple of bad plays for Sam Roberts, but overall, had a couple of big tackles. We saw, I don't think any sacks, didn't really have too much pressure on the quarterback at all on this day. I think we had like 1 tackle for a loss as well, so definitely just not a good day. We did have a couple of pass deflections, though. Miles Bryant had a good one. Jabril Peppers had one. Jack Jones and Rodney Randall had probably the play of the day as a corner, making a athletic, leaping, diving type of breakup. Rodney Randall did. So overall, not a bad day here for the Patriots. They did win the game, but there's still a lot of question marks, man. We need Mac Jones to be better. I think Mac Jones is the starter, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot of work to do for this Patriots team going forward. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, Malik Cunningham. Who do you guys think should be the starting quarterback of this team come week 1? We will be live for that game if you guys want to watch that Patriots game with me. Make sure you guys join the family, turn on post notifications. I will see you guys in the next video and the next Patriots live stream. But give me a player or two that you thought stood out today or yesterday for the New England Patriots. For me, I'm going to say Kendrick Bourne really took a nice step up. I like what I saw from Demario Douglas and Ramondre Stevenson. And maybe one other guy who I thought played pretty well here for the Patriots was, I think, Christian Gonzalez. I think Gonzalez had a pretty good day. Besides that PI call, I think he was pretty good. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.